Did you have the leash in your hand at all times?
Yes, I did.
A neighbor says she has no grip on reality.
The pit bull had broken away from the owner. The dog was totally clenched onto my dog. I was screaming. He got the dog off of my dog.
Will she ever let go of her story?
When did you hand the leash off to Mr. Tripp?
I'm not exactly sure how he got the leash out of my hand.
I'm not sure either.
This is Judge Judy. Donna Cullum is suing Nicole Anderson for vet bills and medical bills after she and her dog were attacked by Nicole's pit bull.
Judge, this is case number 141 on the calendar in the matter of Cullum versus Anderson. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated, gentlemen.
Miss Cullen, you have 2 terrier dogs.
Yes,
Do you have photographs of them?
I do.
May I see them, please? They look as if they weigh about 12, 14 pounds.
20, 22 pounds.
They like to eat.
They're both pretty healthy.
How long have you had them?
The one on the left, which is Hannah, is 10. I've had her 5 years. And the other one is Sasha. I've had her 13 years.
And this is, I assume, your boy. You have a pit bull,
Yes, I do.
Miss Anderson. How old is that dog?
He was about 10 years old, almost 10.
How long have you had him?
I've had him since he was 8 weeks old.
And what kind of a dog does your boyfriend have?
He has a basset hound.
Do you live together?
Yes.
And how old is the basset hound?
He's 1 year old.
And does the basset hound get along with your dog?
Yes, they're always together.
This incident happened between not only the 2 of you, but your 2 dogs on October 12th of this year. Do you want to tell me what happened, Miss Cullum?
Yes, about a little after 7 in the morning, I was walking my 2 dogs. I was about a block from my home, and I looked down to the right on the next street, and the defendant and the gentleman were walking 2 dogs towards me.
They were on the same side of the street.
They were the side. Can I show it on the?
They were together.
They were
They
together.
were together.
They were together, but they were across
But
the
on
street,
the
opposite side of the street, down the end, towards the end of the street, and I was
so
walking
they were on
forward.
the opposite side of the street from you.
Yes.
Okay. And then what happened?
I got to about where the street was, and I was crossing, and I looked, and I saw that the pit bull was getting a little aggressive, and I decided, well, I couldn't turn around and go back because they were coming the direction of my home, so I decided.
And where the defendant is? Are you in blue or are you orange?
I'm orange.
You're orange. Okay, great. So you were walking down the street.
I was right here.
So this incident happened in the middle of the street.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Miss Anderson,
Yes.
I want you to look at Miss Cullum's evidence. Do you see it?
I do.
Would it be fair to say that that's where the incident took place between the dogs
No.
and you?
No.
Show me where you think the incident took place.
And so if I'm the one in the blue, we were actually on the same side of the street when it started to happen right here.
So you were on the same side now of the street
we
with
had crossed
her.
over. Yeah, we had crossed over.
Just a second. Okay, so my question to you is, you had crossed over to the same side of the street that she was walking on, and you were walking up that street. Is that what you're saying to me?
That is correct.
That, Miss Anderson, that you were walking up the street where she was walking her 2 little dogs?
Yes, because we lived on that
You
same
hadn't
street.
originally. Okay, show me where you live.
Okay, so she lives
Show
on,
me.
we're going up the street, you turn right here on Treviso Avenue.
In that cul-de-sac. So you didn't necessarily have to be on the same side of the street that she was. You could have been on the other side of the street and crossed at the next corner. I'm just looking at your photograph.
Yeah, we were crossing to go home.
If you're the blue dog, you could have stayed on without crossing over. You could have walked up to the next street and then made your turn into the cul-de-sac where you live. Am I correct?
You're correct.
So I assume that when you saw her with her 2 dogs, you had to have seen her because you crossed over, and according to what you say, you weren't very far away from her.
Yes.
So you had to have seen that she was there with 2 dogs.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Miss Cullen.
I was crossing the street, and I saw that the dog, the pit bull, had broken away from the owner and charged, as that black shadow shows, and came and got to my dog.
Okay, when you say broke away, Miss Cullum, from the owner. The defendant's dog was on a leash, had been on a leash along with the beagle, or basset hound.
Right.
Basset hound. They had both been leashed. According to what I've read here, you know, when you say got away from, break away from, so the dog was no longer attached to the defendant?
Exactly.
Or was she? Defendant was no longer holding on to the leash.
Yes.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Go ahead.
By the time I saw the dog, I couldn't get away. And it came and it grabbed Hannah. And I went to grab him as much as I could. Hannah came around and out of defense got me in the left wrist, bit the top and bottom of my left wrist. I curled up into a ball and ended up on the ground. And I was screaming. And the next thing I knew, Doyle, with the defendant, came running around, and he somehow
You mean the man?
The man. He got
He
the
came
dog.
around.
I didn't see it. He got the dog off of my dog. The dog was totally clenched onto my dog.
Did you see how he did that? Did you hear him say something?
No, I didn't see him do it. My husband, he told my husband how he did it.
Were you present when he told your husband how he did it?
I was there, but I didn't hear it. I was on
Is
the
your
ground.
husband here?
Yes, he is.
Would he come up, please? Your last name is same, Cullen?
Yes,
Mr. Cullen, you were not with your wife at the time, is that right?
that is correct.
Did you subsequently have a conversation?
Well, my neighbor knocked on the door and told me that Donna had been attacked by a dog. And when I got there, Donna was on the ground, and she comes running out with her phone saying, "This is my information," and they said it was all her fault. Well, when I come running out...
Just a second. Just a second. Stop. Who came running out
Nicole.
with her phone? And this young lady came running out
Yes.
and gave you her information.
Well, she tried to, but I was more worried about my wife and my dog, and I'd just gotten up, so I didn't have anything to take any information down with me at that time.
Okay. Did you speak to her boyfriend?
Yes, he came by later on that evening and spoke to us.
He came to your house?
Yes.
What's your boyfriend's last name?
Tripp.
Mr. Tripp, would you stand up, please? I want you to be very careful what you tell me. You were there during this incident, and at some point, you got the pit bull off of one of the dogs. I want you to describe to me what you told Mr. Cullen that night, because that night would be freshest in your memory. This incident happened on October 12th, so certainly it would be fresher in your mind than it is today. So I want you to tell me what 12th.
Your Honor, when I went over that night, I didn't tell him how I got the dog loose. As the dogs were fighting, I was yanking.
You were what?
As the dogs were fighting, I was yanking on the dog's leash for him to let go of the other dog. That's how I got him to let go.
Hold on a second. Well, that's interesting. Where did you get the leash from?
The dog was still on the leash.
Where did you get the leash from? There's a collar. The collar is attached to the leash. You were walking your basset hound. Where did you get the leash from, Mr. Tripp? Now you're starting to understand me.
From Miss Anderson.
From the ground.
From Miss Anderson, that's who.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Sit down. No, you didn't. You know what happened? Mr. Tripp, just so that you know, Mr. Tripp, just so that you know what happens, sir, when you're asked a question and you're not prepared to answer it, Mr. Tripp, pay attention. When you watch this case, because you will watch this case, you will see that your artery popped out twice. You know why? Because you weren't telling me the truth. Now you can sit down. Now you're going to tell me your version of these events. Did you lose control of your dog?
No, I did not.
Did you have the leash in your hand at all times?
Yes, I did. Not exactly sure how he got the leash out of my hand. I was trying to hold on to the dog while they were fighting.
I'm not sure either. I'm not sure how he got control of the leash either. Got it? Mm-hmm. But certainly, two people weren't tugging on the dog at the same time. What did he tell you, Mr. Cullen, when he came over to your house that night?
He said that first they saw Donna, and that he was happy to see that she was going to go in the opposite direction that they were going. And the next thing he knew, that the dog had broken the leash and run away from Nicole. And by the time They got over there. He'd already checked on how to get a pit bull off of a person, dog, whatever, once it clamped down.
Is that what he told you?
Yeah.
Mr. Cullen, I'm asking you what he told you. So he said to you he already checked on how to get a pit bull off somebody or something.
Yes.
This is what he told you.
Yes, he
That's
checked
why
it out on
this
the
was
internet
going up
on
and
how
down.
to do that. And
So he checked that out before.
Yes, he checked it out on the internet beforehand. And he said that you had to punch it in the back of the neck. He told me that he had to do it 3 times before the dog would release. And he's a pretty good-sized guy. So I don't know if I could have punched the dog 3 times and got it off or not.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Has your dog ever bitten any? Your boyfriend would have looked up on the internet that you can figure out how to get a pit bull off another living thing?
And later today,
You have a 5-year-old child, so it was the 3 of you living together.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you have your own room?
No, I did not, Your Honor. We were actually...
Where did you sleep? Just
Donna Cullum says she and her terrier were injured when Nicole Anderson lost control of her pit bull.
Okay. Can I have the vet bills, please? Can I see the vet bills? And your wife's emergency care bill for her wrist that was bitten by her own dog that was your fault. Has your dog ever bitten any animal before?
No.
Miss Anderson, is there any reason why your boyfriend would have looked up on the internet that you can figure out how to get a pit bull off another living thing? Because there's no question he told that to Mr. Cullen. There's no question that that's what he told him, that he looked it up on the internet, how to get a pit bull off another living creature. There's no question that Mr. Cullen didn't make that up. Why do you think he would look up how to get a pit bull off a living creature? Because he has nothing else to do? Is he employed? Does he have work that keeps him busy?
Yes, he is employed.
I mean, I wouldn't look up off another living creature. I wouldn't look that up. Did you ever, well, let me put it this way to you, Miss Anderson. He has a basset hound. Did you ever look up on the internet how to get a basset hound off another living creature? Did you ever have occasion to look that up?
No.
Just a second. Mr. Tripp, we're coming back to you a second. You can shake yes or no, because I don't want you to stand up again. Too much exercise. Did you ever look up how to get a basset hound off another living creature?
No.
Okay, can I see the bills, please? Okay. What was the entire vet bill?
$2,829.16.
And which emergency room or doctor did you go to?
I went to Mercy Southwest. It's a Dignity Health Hospital in Bakersfield.
And what did they do for you, for your wrist?
I had to have a tetanus shot because they gave me 4 sutures on the top and 3 sutures on the bottom of my wrist.
You own your own home, Miss Anderson, or does Mr. Tripp?
He owns the home.
I suggest, Mr. Tripp, that you advise your homeowner's insurance that you have a pit bull in your house. I assume you have homeowner's insurance. Mr. Tripp, who's the carrier of your homeowner's insurance?
Farmer, yes.
Do you pay extra for the pit bull?
Nope.
Unlikely. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. We're finished. Thank you. We're done. Farmers, pay attention.
This case is concluded. Parties are excused.
I don't feel like it was my dog's fault.
It was entirely their fault.
Her dog actually nipped at my dog first, which caused him to then defend himself.
She should have had more control over her dog.
It was terrifying, honestly.
I worry about her every time she goes out and walks the dogs.
I'm glad her dog's going to be okay.
If I see a pit bull, I will go the other direction.
All parties in the matter of Blower versus Blower. Step to the podium, please.
Rocio Blower is suing her ex-husband, Drew Blower, for denting her car when he slammed himself onto the hood. Drew is countersuing for vandalism to his car.
Ms. Blower, this is what I gather from your case, from your sworn complaint. See if I understand why you want to get the courts involved in this drama with your ex-husband. You and Mr. Blower have a 5-year-old son together, and you are divorced.
Yes.
In what year were you divorced?
2016.
And then, according to you, in April of 2020, for whatever reason, the defendant moved back into your home.
Yes, he had just
and was
lost,
there April, August, September, 6 months, and this incident happened in October. Is that right, Mr. Bauer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Blauer, I'm going to ask you a question. You have a 5-year-old child, so it was the three of you living together. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Since April? Did you have your own room?
No, I did not, Your Honor.
Where did you sleep? Just
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Our son again found his way on the top of Drew's car. Well, that must have been some good watching by his mother, and was using it as a slide. That's your sworn complaint. Courts don't help stupid people.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Rocio Blauer is suing her ex-husband, Drew Blauer, for denting her car when he slammed himself onto the hood. Drew is countersuing for vandalism to his car.
Now, where did you sleep?
We actually all slept in the same bed, including our 5-year-old son. We only
Is
had...
that correct? Is that correct?
Yes, up until the last.
That's either a yes or a no.
Yes.
I don't care up until the last. April, May, June, July, August, September. This incident happened in October. Okay, so I'm going to give you the scenario that you laid out to me. His is different. You knew that your former husband didn't like it when your 5-year-old son played slide on his car.
That's correct.
That's what you said. Correct?
Yes.
And one day you were outside, and I assume you didn't let your 5-year-old son go outside alone because, as you say, he's a 5-year-old child. And I think that you indicated here that your son is autistic. And so I assume you didn't let him out by yourself. And you say he likes to climb on Drew's car and use the windshield as a slide.
Yes.
And you say here that that irritates Drew. Now, the 5-year-old can't get to the hood of the car, to the top of the car, unless somebody puts him there. So you say, well,
yes.
In October, while he was there and you were all sleeping in the same bed, our son again found his way on the top of Drew's car. Well, that must have been some good watching by his mother, and was using it as a slide. That's your sworn complaint. You say, I didn't want him to fall off, so I sat on the edge of the hood to catch him.
He would get
That's what
at
you
the
said.
very top of the roof.
That-
Yes. And he would tell
That's
me
what-
to sit.
That's what you said.
Yes. So I would sit on top of it too.
Drew came out of the house and saw what was going on and became enraged. So he ran over to Mud and left a dent. That's what you want him to pay for.
Yes. Basically to pay
That's
for...
what your case is.
Yes.
No, that's what your case is. Yeah, forget it. You have a dent in the hood, live with it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Closed captioning sponsored by. Are you in a family dispute? Go to judgejudy.com, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
Okay, now you have a counterclaim because courts don't help stupid people. Children don't use a car as a sliding pond. Now, your counterclaim is that 3 weeks after, then she kicked you out of the house.
Yes, Your Honor.
Your counterclaim is that she wrote on your car, I need child support, thanks.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you see her do that? Did you see that?
Physically? No, I have not,
Did you
Your Honor.
see her do it?
No, I did not physically see her do it.
And then you said she came to your place of employment and wrote something else on the hood dust of your car. Did you see her do that?
No, I did not, Your Honor. I was working currently at the
So
time.
the counterclaim is dismissed. So then we're finished with this ridiculous case. Goodbye. Thank you.
Thank you.
This case is concluded. Parties are excused.
And on the next Judge Judy.
It is.
The car does not run. This is a fraudulent sale.
Do you understand your problem?
No, I do not, Your Honor.
Next Judge Judy.
They both were out there on the car having fun. And of course, you know, that would make anybody angry.
It's okay. I guess I can see the hood and just see his butt imprinted on it.
I'm glad this was taken care of and now we can move on from it.
He does owe $2,300 in child support.
Whether or not I do is not relevant to this case at the moment.
Of course, we can be better parents.
Want to be there for my son.
You thought it would be fun to start a YouTube channel.
A quest for fame becomes a fight.
It was his idea to start the channel.
This channel was never my channel. It's always been her channel.
Now who's the one
Wow.
putting on a show?
He wasn't paying me half for all of the things that I put into the channel to start off.
Well, what she doesn't understand is this This was her first priority. This YouTube channel was her first priority. It's not my first priority.
This is Judge Judy. Keshwan Clark is suing her former friend, Corey Ingram, for the cost of props to start their YouTube channel.
Now, this case number 48 has been sworn in.
Thank you, Bird. Miss Clark, you and the defendant were friends, according to you, for a very long time. And according to you, you thought it would be fun to start a YouTube channel. I don't know what that is or what it's supposed to do.
So a YouTube channel, you post videos on there for, it's content for fans to see. The videos could be comedic skits, vlogs, anything like that.
And how do you make money doing that?
We haven't made money from it yet, so for you to make money from it, you have to have a lot of people watch your videos. So you have to have a lot of subscribers, and your views have to be extremely high. You get like, after 1 million views, I think you get like 5 cents per view.
When did you start this YouTube channel?
It was March 4th, 2018.
2018?
Yes, 2018 is when we started our YouTube channel, yes.
Great. And in order to start the YouTube channel, you had to buy certain equipment. Is that right?
Yes.
In order to start it, tell me what equipment you had to buy.
So for our YouTube channel, I purchased the camera, the massage wand, the camera bag, the reflector, the mic, the photo stand, the electric muscle stimulator. Those are all the things that I purchased for the channel.
Okay. And that was 2.5 years ago.
All of these weren't purchased 2 years ago. Some of them were purchased 2 years ago. And yes.
Then you didn't answer my question. I said, what items did you purchase in order to start it?
Yes, to start the channel.
You needed, don't look down. What did you need to start the YouTube channel in March of 2018? Did you need a camera?
Yes.
Did you need lights?
Yes, we did.
Did you need props?
To start the channel, yes.
And all of those things you needed in order to start it, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So those things were bought 2.5 years ago, if they were bought to start it.
Yes.
Now, according to what I read in your complaint and in his answer, you stopped making these videos in June of 2020.
Yes, that's true.
Why?
We stopped making the videos because he wasn't putting in his part. He wasn't paying me half for all of the things that I put into the channel to start off. And as our YouTube channel went on, I felt myself having to force him to film videos. He didn't come up with much of any ideas. This YouTube channel was his to start. It was his idea to start the channel. I just helped out by purchasing a majority of the things that I knew we needed to start the channel.
Yeah, that's what you memorized that's in your complaint. So for 2.5 years, you worked together to make videos, and when COVID became a problem, it wasn't so easy making videos outside. Be a fair statement?
Yes, yes.
Is that you were?
Yeah, during COVID,
Did you continue to make videos? Did you continue to make videos inside?
Yes.
In March, April, May, did you continue to make videos inside?
Yes, in my home.
I assume that if you were doing that, then you had people watching you.
Yes. We still do.
The two of you did it together in your home?
Yes, in my home, yes.
So did the defendant come to your home to make the videos?
Yes, we were never at his house to make any content. It was always at my house.
All I asked you was, did the defendant come to your house to make the videos?
Yes, ma'am.
And who do you live with?
I live with my parents.
Okay. So it was just you, your parents, and the defendant.
And the house is also my 2 sisters.
Now, where did Corey live?
Corey lives in Vista, so he's 7 minutes from my house. I live in Oceanside.
And he came to your house, according to what I'm putting together, at least through June.
Yes.
How did he get to your house?
He drove his own car to get to my house.
What kind of a car does he have?
I'm not sure the brand of car.
What kind of a car do you have?
I have a Chevy Malibu 2015.
What kind of a car did you drive to the studio today?
The Chevy Malibu 2015.
And what kind?
His gray car?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Yes, his car.
And when was the last time prior to today that you saw Mr. Ingram?
Ooh, it's been a couple months. I haven't seen him in a couple months since our last video.
And exactly what date was your last video?
It's June 12th, I think. I'm not sure of the exact day, but I know it's June.
And what happened, Mr. Ingram, at that last video? You want to tell me?
Yeah, it was a reaction video to a music video that she wanted to do. This channel was never my channel. It's always been her channel. I don't know why she tries to say it's mine.
Don't go off on a tangent with me, please.
Got it.
I asked you what it was about.
A reaction video.
And can you tell me why it is that, having been working closely together in what you referred to as a we project, the last video we made, which is what you say in your answer, tell me what happened on June 12th that caused you and the plaintiff not to see each other again?
Well, what she doesn't understand is this was her first priority. This YouTube channel was her first priority.
No.
It's not my first priority.
Just a second. That's not what I asked you. Don't tell me what she has to understand.
Okay.
Don't tell me what she knows. Don't tell me what she thinks. Just tell me what happened on June 12th that caused two people who had been working together for 2.5 years to stop speaking. Where now? To stop speaking.
Life got in the way. So I was going to school at the time. I was going to work. I was also going to the gym. Before this, to better my life, before this, I was super skinny. I was unhappy. Every time we'd film a video, I saw myself on camera and I was like, wow, you are disgusting. I don't like the way I looked. So I was my own bully in my head.
So you were the subject of some of the videos?
Correct.
Was the plaintiff also subject of the videos?
Yes.
What about her siblings? Were they the subjects of the videos?
No, not at all.
What about her parents? Were they ever the subjects or in the videos?
Her parents were in one video, and it was like a who knows me better type video, mom or best friend.
It was never posted. And yes, I've had my older sister was in one of our videos. Sorry.
You're interrupting.
Sorry.
Now, from March of 2018 until June 12th of 2020, when did the plaintiff ask you for any money towards the video equipment
She's never asked me for any
that
money.
she had purchased?
She's never asked me for any money.
Okay.
Wow.
So, Miss Clark, between March of 2018 and June of 2012, what proof do you have that you asked him to pay any part of this video equipment?
I promised that he would go half and half with me on this channel. That's why I bought all of the things I bought. And this channel was his idea.
I think you should sell the equipment. Sell it.
I can't sell it.
You have the most ridiculous countersuit. Your ridiculous countersuit, sir, says you want some of your props back. Your life is too busy for props for a video.
Right.
You go to school. Don't speak. You go to school, you work out, you have a job, you have things. You don't have any use
Of these
for
props. Correct.
Do you understand?
Right.
Good. We're done. Case dismissed. We're finished. Goodbye. Arrivederci. Sayonara. Goodbye.
This case is concluded. Parties are excused.
This was his channel. It was his idea. That's why it's called Corey and Casey. It's not called Casey and Corey. It was his idea.
Our very first YouTube video we ever made, the question was, why did you guys want to start this channel? And I said, well, I wanted to start because you wanted to start. Why did you want to start?
We're doing a lot of pranks, a lot of reaction videos, a lot of ratchet videos. Whatever they asked for, the audience asked for, we made.
Well, we were been told that we have a really good personality together. People like us together. And so she's more rambunctious and she's more out there. She loves the social media atmosphere.
Nothing. I had to basically beg him to come to my house to film content for his channel that he wanted us to do.
I had other priorities that hit way above this YouTube channel.
Nothing. I'm not even kidding you.
So I was, like, say, going to school, I was going to work, I was going to the gym, to better myself, to make my life better. And I can't just help her without helping myself first.
I mean, I don't want to throw our friendship away over some videos, but I still want to keep the channel going if he's willing to actually put in some effort and pay me back at least something.
I mean, the friendship should continue. She's just not allowed to go anywhere near my wallet.
All parties in the matter of Shoemaker versus Aragon. Step to the podium, please.
23-year-old Karina Schumacher is suing her former roommate, 23-year-old Christine Aragon, for the return of her security deposit, damaged property, and stolen eyelashes.
Miss Schumacher, do you go to school? Is that what you do?
Yes, I go to UCSD.
You go to school?
I go to UCSD.
And Miss Aragon, you're a student as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you were living in an apartment with other students?
Yes. Yes.
How many other students, Miss Schumacher?
4.
And did you sign a lease?
Yes, we did.
On what date did you sign the lease?
October 29, 2019.
And when did the lease expire?
At the end of June in 2020.
The defendant was your roommate. You're alleging 3 things. I'm going to get to them in relatively short order. It is your claim that in November of last year, almost a year ago, the defendant took a package that she stole it but inadvertently took this package that contained eyelashes that you had ordered.
Yes, Your Honor. I ordered eyelashes in November.
I don't care. Just look at me. Look at me. Look at me. I don't care about your eyelashes. Do you have her eyelashes?
Yes, Your Honor. I have her eyelashes. I have them with me.
Give them to her.
Okay.
Give them to her.
Okay.
Give them to her.
Okay.
That would be a now.
Okay. I did bring them, Your Honor.
No,
with
but
me.
they're outside.
Is somebody going to bring the eyelashes?
We'll wait. Go get the eyelashes. We'll wait.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
In September, when this happened, you said you charged her. What did you charge her?
I charged her $60, though it originally cost me $80.
Stop. Who cares? What is wrong with you?
Karina Schumacher says former roommate Christine Aragon owes for a security deposit and property damage caused by her dog.
Now, do you have her eyelashes?
Yes, Your Honor. I have the eyelashes with me now.
Now you have your eyelashes back. Cause of action number 1, resolved. Cause of action number 2, did you damage her vacuum cleaner?
No, Your Honor, I did not. She accuses my dog of damaging things, but I'm a student too. I was studying finals.
Just a second.
Oh, sorry.
All I'm asking you is, did you knowingly damage her vacuum cleaner?
No, Your Honor. Objection, Your Honor. I have evidence right here.
Just don't speak to me unless I'm asking you a question. How was your vacuum cleaner broken?
The cord of the vacuum was chewed up by her dog.
Did you see that?
No, but I do have a picture
of the chewed up cord
in her room.
I'd like to see that.
Yes.
Okay. And on what date was the cord chewed through?
September 26, 2019. I also have a second vacuum.
And what did you just a second. Did you get it fixed?
No, it was completely ruined, so I just charged her for part of the full amount, the amount that it cost me.
Hey. In September, when this happened, you said you charged her. What did you...
I charged her $60, though it originally cost me $80.
Stop. Who cares? What is wrong with you? You took the $60 from
No,
her.
she never paid me.
Just a second. I thought you said you took money from her.
No.
You didn't.
I asked her.
Did she ask you for the money for the vacuum cleaner?
Your Honor, yes, she accused my dog of breaking it, but there are other animals on the lease too. My roommate has a big dog, and Karina even brought in 2 rats into the apartment, and one of the rats crawled from her apartment to my room that I share with my roommate.
Okay.
And it died on the pillow.
Just stop.
Yeah, sorry.
I know you have a story that you want to tell me. I have to tell you, ladies, I am so disinterested in this case, but I'm going to get through it for the sake of getting it resolved.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Where did you get them from?
My ex-boyfriend, he had a snake and he was going to feed them to it, and I decided to take care of them, but they ended up dying because they're just feeder mice. Your Honor, my roommate slept on those rats.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Karina Schumacher says former roommate Christine Aragon damage caused by her dog.
Now, forget the vacuum cleaner. The next cause of action is money owed for the return of security deposit, because you say that her dog caused damage resulting in them keeping your security deposit.
Yes.
How much was your security deposit?
It was originally $200, but I'm only charging her $129 because I am paying for part of the cleaning fee of the apartment.
Did they keep your security deposit?
Yes, Your Honor. Nobody got their security deposit back.
Just answer my questions. I'm not really interested in all your nonsense. You moved out in March, is that correct? Because of COVID, Miss Aragon. School closed down in March?
We moved out June 2020, Your Honor.
I thought you said in your complaint that she moved out in March.
Yes, she moved out earlier. She went back home because of COVID. She came back occasionally.
to the apartment, but she moved out.
Did she pay rent?
Yes.
Did you pay rent?
Yes, I did. I have my rent receipt.
Okay, just a second. I didn't ask you for the rent receipts. I just asked you if you paid your rent through June. Now, everybody lost their security deposit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that correct, Ms. Schumacher?
We lost the security deposit because of, and I have a video.
Okay, just a second.
Okay.
There were 4 girls in the apartment?
Yes.
How many dogs were in the apartment?
There were 2. One of them was under the leash.
How many? Just a second. There were 2. How many rats were in the apartment?
There were none.
There were 2 rats, Your Honor.
Just a second. Did you have, at any time during the course of the lease, very easy, all I have to do is call up one of the other girls. Did you have any pet rodents in the house? That's either a yes or a no.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Closed captioning sponsored by. Want justice? Go to judgejudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
How many rats were in the apartment?
There were none.
There were 2 rats, Your Honor.
Just a second. Did you have, at any time during the course of the lease, very easy, all I have to do is call up one of the other girls. Did you have any pet rodents in the house? That's either a yes
2 mice
or a no.
For a month in a cage.
So the answer is yes. What did they look like?
They were white, and they had red eyes.
Where did you get them from?
My ex-boy and I decided to take care of them because the snake didn't end up eating them, but they ended up dying because they're just feeder mice.
Your Honor, my roommate slept on those rats.
They were kept in a cage.
Are you still doing school virtually?
Yes.
What about you, Miss Aragon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you living at home?
Currently, yes, I'm at home. I'm in a house now with my roommates that she lived with before, and we're all friends and we're on good terms.
Objection.
So you are not at home with family, you're with 2 other roommates.
I'm at home with family as of right now, but my house is with those 2 roommates from before. We're renting it together.
You have a lease with them?
Yes, that's correct.
I don't understand. Are you living with your parents or do you have this house?
This is a house that we're renting. We have a lease with my roommates.
Who's we?
Me and our previous roommates from before.
And where are you living?
I am living in a new apartment near campus.
With whom?
2 of my friends.
Good, very good. Okay, I assume that you have an awful lot of time because going to school virtually gives you probably a lot of extra time, which is why I have to see you today. Your case is dismissed. We're finished. Goodbye. Goodbye. Adios. Farewell.
This case is concluded. Parties are excused.
And on the next Judge Judy.
Your Honor, you're an exceptionally bright woman.
All I want to do is see the evidence. I don't want you to tell me how bright I am. Actually, I already know that.
Judge Judy.
I think this was all based out of pettiness. She complains about my dog, but the fact is there were other animals on the leash. She completely ignored her rats that were on there too.
Her dog was not on the lease. On the lease, it says that any dogs that are not emotional support animals or service animals cannot be in the apartment. And her dog was not.
And none of these eyelashes or lost vacuum was an issue until the move-out statement.
As well as all the damages to the vacuums and the eyelashes that she stole from me that she never paid me back for.
It's just crazy to me. Everybody split the bill. We're all in the lease. We're all responsible, as it says in the contract, and she just does not agree and does not want to pay.
For asking her to potty train her dog.
No, they did not. She's just accusing my dog of everything, and it's just like, I honestly thought like it was just to the extreme.
Pick your roommates better.
It's just crazy to me. I still can't believe that I'm here right now and that she actually did take me to court over some eyelashes and a vacuum. But I mean, I'm here right now and everything is a lesson, definitely.
The virus sparked an idea.
When COVID struck, you decided to branch out on your own and have a mobile beauty salon.
Then she got in a tangle.
How did she defame you?
With her former salon.
She displayed on Facebook that I owed her $1,200.
You filed the restraining order against her because she threatened to put a gun to your head.
This is Judge Judy. Hairdresser Sean T. Jackson Washington is suing salon owner Lucretia Munns for defamation of character and loss of business.
Judge, this is case number 52 on the calendar in the matter of Jackson Washington versus Munns. Parties have been sworn in. Ladies can have a seat.
Thank you. Ms. Washington, you're a hairdresser.
Yes.
And so is the defendant, correct?
Yes.
For some time, you rented a chair in the defendant's salon. When did you start renting a chair to do your work in her salon?
It was around a year and a half ago.
How much did you pay her? Did you pay her per week, per month?
$100 a week.
And Ms. Munn, do you own the salon or do you lease it from someone else?
I own the business, but I lease the shopping center where my salon stands.
That's what it's your business, I understand that, but the premises is not a premise. How long have you leased the premises and from whom?
For 2 years from Jake's Plaza. The landlord's name is Abraham.
How much do you pay in rent?
$1,200.
And I assume you have a lease?
Yes, I do.
When does that lease expire?
It goes month to month. It started month to month in April.
April of 2020, it started to go month to month. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Prior to the governor of California shutting down because of the pandemic all beauty salons, was Miss Washington paying her $100 a week on a regular basis?
She sure was.
And the governor closed beauty salons in March.
March 19th, yes.
Very close to the time when your lease was up in the salon.
Yes.
And you were going month to month.
Correct.
Did you pay rent to Jake's Plaza for the salon in April of 2020?
I paid it in June for April. Yes.
That's not what I asked you. You did not pay it in April.
No, I did not pay it in April.
Did you pay rent to Jake's in May?
No, I did not pay it in May.
Then the governor allowed salons to open.
Correct. For 2 weeks.
Did you pay anything in June?
Yes.
How much?
$3,600. No, he shut them down 2 weeks later.
And that's after you had paid up your rent?
Correct.
Because you hadn't paid rent in April and May. He or Jake's Plaza was not going to let you back into the building unless you made up the rent.
Right.
Right?
Correct.
Okay. Now we're all set on that. Now, it is your claim that when COVID struck, you decided that it was a perfect opportunity for you to try to branch out on your own and have a mobile beauty salon.
Yes.
Very inventive, very smart. It is your claim that the defendant has a couple of items that you left behind in the salon when it was closed.
Not true.
Yes.
Some hair extensions.
Yes.
No, she didn't leave any extensions.
Yes. Now, did you have an opportunity to go into the salon and take your items? The answer is yes.
Yes.
And I assume that you had a lot of items there because you were working there.
I didn't have a lot of items. Basically, the things that I had was underneath my station.
And where were these extensions?
The extensions were in a bag that was under next to, inside of the salon.
Where?
They were next to a microwave that was in the...
Truth. Just a second. You should have taken them. Do you have her hair extensions?
No, I do not. I sell
hair extensions. No. You should have taken them when you left. Okay. The next part of your lawsuit is defamation of character.
Yes.
How did she defame you?
Facebook is where you advertise your business. You have thousands of people who are your friends on Facebook, and whatever...
I don't have 1,000. Just a second. So listen to me. I know what Facebook is.
Okay.
I don't have 1,000 friends. That's why I'm not on Facebook. You know, it would get very lonely in there with the 1 or 2 people that like me and that I like. So I communicate with them on the phone. So you're lucky if you have thousands of people who watch you on Facebook. My question was a simple one. How did she defame you? What did she say, and in what venue did she say it?
She displayed on Facebook that I owed her $1,200 in booth rent.
Never.
And she had all these stylists and different people commenting. I have...
Just 1 second. May I see what you're complaining about?
Yes.
Because what she says is you owe her $1,200 in booth rent, and I would assume that that's booth rent after you were not paying rent.
No,
but after June, when you started to pay rent, and you did make up your rent. So I would, let me see, I have to do a Karnak. Anybody know who Karnak was? What's in this envelope?
No.
I would assume that these Facebook posts were made sometime after June.
Yes, they were actually made on the 13th of September.
Of September?
Yes.
Oh, she must have been very angry. Okay.
Yes.
May I see that, please? Yeah. Well, you know, just like you stiffed your landlord, she did the same to you. That's exactly what happened.
Judge Judy,
may I please see what you're complaining about?
Okay. This is her question on Facebook, and...
Okay, just a second. This question is for independent... Okay, here's the one. Is that what you're complaining about, where she defamed you?
No, I have 18 pages.
Show me where she defamed you on Facebook.
These are all Facebook.
She rented out rooms. Where is your name in there?
She never said my name because she knew proper protocol. I have a witness here that read what she put on Facebook. She called me.
May I see your name anywhere?
She knew not to say my name, and she told her witnesses not to say my name.
Okay, that's dismissed. We have nothing. Let's get to your counterclaim. Ms. Munns, this is your counterclaim. You say that she filed a restraining order against you that had no basis.
No basis at all, Your Honor.
Miss Washington, pay attention.
I'm paying attention.
Did you file a restraining order against her? The answer is yes.
Yes, because I have a Facebook.
Just a second. You say you filed the restraining order against her because she threatened to put a gun to your head.
Yes,
That's what you say?
Yes.
Did she say that to you?
No,
personally?
She said it
or
on
did she
Facebook.
write it somewhere? I'd like to see it.
Okay.
Speak the truth. If anyone thought they could sneak up on my husband, I'm pressing something upside the head. Okay, you felt threatened by that. Is that what you're telling me?
I felt threatened by everything that she said, from calling my husband a book.
Okay.
I have my witness here that read it on Facebook, and she knew, along with the 4 people on my voicemail, that she was talking about me and my husband.
Washington, Miss Washington.
Yes.
Pay attention. We're finished with your lawsuit. I've dismissed that lawsuit.
All right.
Now I'm on her counterclaim. Her counterclaim is that you filed a false protective order against her. Your defense is that while she was careful on Facebook not to mention you by name, you believed she was talking about you when she threatened to put something against somebody's head.
Yes.
That's what you're telling me.
Yes, I am.
Okay. So, Ms. Munns, I'm going to deal with the part of your counterclaim that deals with filing a false restraining order. That's dismissed.
Why is that dismissed?
I'm going to explain it to you.
Okay.
Because the plaintiff believed that as a result of your Facebook posts, she believed that you were talking about her. Now, you probably were.
I was absolutely not.
And when there is a hint of a threat, which there was. Oh, no.
I'm literally
telling you, I read it. She felt threatened, reasonably so, because the other Facebook posts, while they don't mention her by name, I believe she had reason to believe that you were referencing her.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You didn't pay your rent when you were supposed to, and the only way you got back into your shop was to pay up the 2 months that you didn't pay. That's when you got angry and said to her, I want my rent.
And later today,
you ate the steak. You and your mother lived in a place and paid rent, and then you continued to live there and not pay rent. Why would you think you're entitled to the rent back?
Hairdresser Sean T. Jackson Washington says salon owner Lucretia Munns defamed her on Facebook. Lucretia is countersuing for stolen and damaged property, rent, and loss of business.
Now, what property did she take without permission?
A human hair wig that she wore and used.
Okay, just a sec. Hey, tell me the things that she took without your permission. A wig. You have those things, Miss Washington.
Yes, I have them with me today.
You have the wig and the blow dryer.
Yes.
Give them to her.
We don't want...
Give them to her.
She's been personally wearing them. They're saturated. I can't resell them. That's saturated. That no one is going to repurchase it.
Done. Okay, now the last part of your counterclaim is for rent. For what period of time are you alleging that she owes you rent?
It's also for damages to the floor. She owes me
for what period of time
from
do you
April
allege she
1st
owes you rent?
until she said that she was holding the chair until July.
That case is dismissed. We're done. Thank you very much.
What about the damage to
my
floor?
Did you pay rent in? Did you?
Yes, I did. And here's
did
my
you pay rent
canceled
in
checks.
No.
Here's all my canceled checks.
Just a second.
I paid them all.
No.
I paid all the rent.
Yeah, Miss Munn, let's understand this. You didn't pay rent in April. You didn't pay rent in May.
It says right here, rent for July, May, and April. So I did pay it.
You're not getting over on me.
I'm not trying to get over on you. I'm trying to explain something to you.
Then you have to.
Can I please explain this to you? When we were shut down, we didn't have money to pay those bills. As soon as we got our pandemic relief to pay our bills, she was still responsible for her portion of the rent. She rents a space.
I'm not a moderator. Cut off her mic. You didn't pay your rent when you were supposed to, and the only way you got back into your shop was to pay up the 2 months that you didn't pay, and then the governor shut you down again. That's when you got angry and said to her, I want my rent. Goodbye. We're done. Finito.
This case is concluded. Parties are excused.
We were all supposed to pay our rent.
Jealous of what I got planned, my mobile hair salon.
I wish her the best in that.
She was paid, and she was trying to get money from me. She was trying to double dip.
At the end of the day, you have to fulfill your obligations as a salon independent contractor.
The friendship is done forever.
All parties in the matter of Taylor versus Wild, step to the podium, please.
Michael Taylor is suing his former landlord, Lucy Wild, for the return of rent and relocation costs after an illegal lockout.
Let me see if I understand this case. It seems, Mr. Taylor, that you and your mother moved into a premises as tenants in September of 2019, premises that was owned by the defendant. At the time you moved into that place, that area, you had, in fact, seen it in a state of disrepair, needed a window. But you moved in anyway, and you lived there in September, and you paid rent.
Yes.
And how much rent did you pay?
It was $1,400 a month.
You paid $1,400 in September, $1,400 in October, $1,400 in November.
Yes.
And I assume that both you and your mother work in order to make this money.
My mother was not working at the time. I was working.
What kind of work do you do?
I am a bartender, waiter in the hospitality industry, and I also am a music producer and mix engineer, which I do freelance.
Okay. Then in December, you and your mother were still living there, but you did not pay rent.
No,
correct?
That's not true. I paid rent.
In December?
In December.
Now, at some point, you called some housing authority to register complaints about the house. When did you do that?
I made my complaint in December.
Okay. As a result of that complaint, the city where you live sent out an inspector.
Yes.
And after the inspection, the premises were found to be premises that should not be rented.
Correct.
Is that correct, Ms. Wild?
Yes, it is.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
If you are renting out an apartment and can't give you rent for that, even though he ate the steak, and you know, I don't approve of eating the steak and then complaining.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Michael Taylor says his former landlord, Lucy Wild, owes for the return of rent and relocation costs. After an illegal lockout, Lucy is countersuing for unpaid rent.
Okay. Does anybody have a photograph of where you were living?
I do have some pictures, yes.
Could I see it, please?
Sure.
You and your mother lived there. You evidently thought it was nice enough for you and your mother to live there. It looks like it's a sort of an attic-y loft kind of place.
Correct. It was.
Is that correct?
It was a loft.
Does it have a bathroom?
It does.
It does. Okay, very good. But they said she shouldn't have been renting it because it probably wasn't zoned. I mean, the place looks totally reasonable. Okay, so after that, you knew, Miss Wild, that you shouldn't be renting it, even though he and his mother were perfectly comfortable there, September, October, November, and December, because you stayed January, February, March, April, and May, and didn't pay rent, right?
I paid rent in January, and then I didn't pay rent in February and on, yeah.
Well, okay, so you paid rent in January. Why?
I didn't...
You liked it.
Rent.
So you liked it? Then why did you stop in February?
Because the city told me that it was an illegal unit and it was illegal for her to collect rent.
Now, you're suing because you want your money back that you paid her.
Yes.
You ate the steak. You know what that means? If you go into a restaurant and you order a steak and the steak comes out and you taste it and you say, gee, this steak is terrible. I can't eat this steak. And you call the wait staff over. You're that business, and you say, I can't chew this steak. It feels like rubber. I'm sending it back. You are perfectly within your rights not to pay for it. Not if you eat the steak and then call over the wait staff and say, you know what, I ate that steak. I really didn't like it, and I'm not going to pay for it. You and your mother lived in a place, and while you were living there, you paid rent. And then you continued to live there and not pay rent. Why would you think you're entitled to the rent back? Had you ever rented that space before, Miss Wild?
Yes, one other time. That was news to me that it was not a registered rental when he...
And when you called the whatever housing authority you called, what was your complaint?
My complaint was that I was still missing the window because she hadn't installed the window. And instead of trying to get them to do the work, I did research on habitability and tenant rights, and having an open window like that could be an issue and be deemed as an illegal unit. So that was the initial complaint.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Closed captioning sponsored by... Have you been cheated? Go to judgejudy.com, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.
Now, you understand, Miss Wild, you have a countersuit, and your countersuit is for the time that Mr. Taylor and his mother lived there without paying rent. But you do understand, Miss Wild, that if you are renting out an apartment and it's an illegal apartment, for whatever reason, a court can't give you rent for that. You do understand that, right? That would be silly. I mean, if the state says you're not allowed to rent that apartment, and what your countersuit is for the rent that he didn't pay when he was living there, I can't do that, even though he ate the steak. And, you know, I don't approve of eating the steak and then complaining. Do you understand, Mr. Taylor?
I do,
Good.
Coming from the hospitality.
Your claim is dismissed, as is your countersuit. We're done. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
This case is concluded.
The next Judge Judy.
Her car was totaled. She ended up in the hospital the day of the accident. Was there insurance on it? If not, I'm going to make you look so ridiculous.
There was no insurance on it.
Judge Judy.
There was a reason